Hey horror fans, welcome back to another video on the Terror Talk channel where I give commentary on creepy stories and conspiracy theories. The music you hear I composed myself. If you're struggling financially like a lot of people are, check the pinned comment after watching. I have something that will help you out a lot. Now let's get into it and have some fun.
This is a story that still haunts me when I think about it, even though I was so young when it happened. 6 is around the age where a lot of my childhood memories start to become more clear. I have one sibling, my older brother Keith. Keith is 2 years older than me, so at the time he was 8. When I was 6, I had a strict bedtime, 8:30. If I didn't abide by it, or our dad caught either of us up past our bedtime, we'd be in serious trouble. Our dad was always strict with us as kids. Honestly, I don't remember if this happened on a school night or not, but
Were your parents strict with you as kids? Let me know in the comments below. I felt like my parents weren't super strict, but they did have rules like everyone else's parents do. But let me know if you have any creepy stories related to strict parents or anything of that nature. Because while strict can be a good thing, I guess it can also really not be a good thing. Because I still feel like kids, especially, need a certain amount of freedom. Otherwise, they're going to grow up and they feel like they need to rebel. That's just my thought, though.
I woke up in the middle of the night to Keith shaking me awake. Keith and I shared a big bedroom upstairs in the house. My parents' room was on the first floor of the house. I was confused why Keith was waking me up until he told me in a whisper to be quiet and listen. And I did listen, and I heard what he was talking about. It was our mom's voice calling for us downstairs, but it was in a very quiet, whisperish type of voice. I was going to get up to go answer our mom, but my brother told me not to. He said that he didn't think it was mom. I told him to stop trying to scare me. I remember being so mad at him. He told me to go closer and listen, so I got up and went towards the bedroom door. Right outside of our bedroom door was the little hall that led to the bathroom and another bedroom that our grandma would sleep in whenever she'd sleep over. Directly to the right, when you leave our bedroom, was the stairway downstairs, which had a door as well. I put my ear up on the bedroom door, and I heard the voice clearer. It sounded like our mom's voice, calling our names. Keith, Mikey. I said to Keith, "That's mom." And he said, "No, it's not." Somehow, as a 6-year-old, and as the little brother, I found myself being the one confident enough to open our bedroom door and then listen through the stairway door.
How creepy would it be if you're a little kid like that and you think you hear your mom's voice calling from somewhere else, and then your older brother says that's not mom? Like, holy shit, that would be so creepy, wouldn't it? And I've seen other videos similar to this on the channel, on Mr. Nightmare's channel. And the other videos that I've watched, things like this happening, is known as a mimic, which is kind of like a demonic type figure that can basically replicate any voice that it wants to. And it can trick you into thinking that it's someone else, which is just like the creepiest thing. But yeah, a mimic. Look it up because it actually is like sort of some sort of demonic type being or something like that. But yeah, this would just be so creepy.
But now, the voice stopped. I whispered to Keith that mom walked away, and again he said, "That's not mom." I kept telling him to shut up and that he was scaring me. I unlocked the stairway door and slowly pulled it open to avoid making noise, and when the door was open just enough, I peered through the opening. At the bottom of the stairs was clear as day the silhouette of a person, a woman, but right away I knew it was not our mom. Whoever it was, she saw me because she said, "Hi, sweetie, come down." Immediately, I shut the door and locked it.
Oh man, that just gives me chills right there. Does it give you chills? Because it is literally giving me chills.
I went back into our bedroom and locked that door as well. I started to cry. Keith kept saying, "I told you." We both agreed to start screaming as loud as we could on 3 to wake our parents. So on 3, we started stomping on the floor and screaming as loud as we could. It didn't take long for our parents to barge up the stairs, pounding on the locked door. At first, our dad was pissed about the door being locked, but as soon as we let them in, they saw that I had been crying and we were genuinely disturbed about something. They listened to us. My mom was particularly concerned after telling us she was not at the bottom of the stairs and she was not calling our names. She asked what the woman looked like, but all we could say was we couldn't tell. Meanwhile, I remember our dad running downstairs to, I guess, look around for the woman. After a bit, our mom kissed us goodnight again, and I'm pretty sure she told us to lock the doors, which was a first. I was too young to catch on, but it seemed as if our parents knew exactly who it could have been. Keith and I looked out the window when we heard the doorbell after a while, and we saw a police car outside. We wanted to go downstairs, but we stayed put. I remember we begged our parents to tell us who it was and what happened, but our parents would always say they didn't know. They would also say they're proud of us for not going downstairs. Personally, I think they did know who it was, and to save my brother and I from any kind of further trauma or fear, they just never told us, because the last time I saw my parents for dinner, I asked them about it, and they still shrugged it off as some random intruder, but that never explained how that woman knew our names.
Yeah, that is really weird. And I would agree that the parents in this instance probably knew who it was, which, I don't know. Do you guys think that makes it creepier or less creepy that they knew who it was? Because I can be on the fence for both sides of things, honestly. And yeah, I don't know. In some ways, it does make it creepier when you actually do know who it is, because they're basically breaking and entering and being really creepy about the whole thing. And either way, it's a creepy thing whether they knew who it was or not. But yeah, this was definitely a really creepy story, I think. And it would be pretty traumatizing if you're that young, like 6 years old. You would remember something like that for the rest of your life, because that is not something you easily forget. So this was definitely a super creepy story, and I really enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed my commentary and the music, and be sure to check out my money-saving opportunity in the pinned comment below, and I will see you in the next video.